Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Guys, how you doing? How you doing? So guys, I wanted to talk to you. You guys know this, right? First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your memberships. Thank you so much for the Cash Apps. Thank you so much for Super Chats, for PayPals. Thank you so much, guys, for your subscription to the channel, for your dedication to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The channel really is 14 months old, and what we've been doing and creating as far as stuff like that goes. And you guys are amazing. Thank you. We've covered a few different topics and we continue to, and your support is something that I honestly appreciate so much so much so. That being said, let's talk about Delphi. Guys, I know I'm going to get, probably a lot of argument, and then I'm going to get people that are like, I agree with you, Toddy. And so the day before Valentine's Day 2017, Delphi, Indiana, small little town, there was the unaliving of two young girls. They were 13 and 14 years old, and they went, in these small towns, a lot of times kids go outside, and the malls really aren't even in existence anymore in bigger towns, but they go outside to these areas that are open. There are trails, and sometimes far and few people between the trails that you're going to come across. So these two girls went out on these trails, and they went over this really high bridge. Actually, I think it's called the Monin High Bridge. I would never go over that. It's so high without any guardrails or anything. Looks like a train track over. And yet these two girls had no fear going over the bridge, taking pictures. And it's really high up. I want to say it's like 7 stories high up. And so these girls wanted to do like a photo shoot, from my understanding. And they were dropped off by one of the girls' sisters. And this is about Libby and Abigail. And they were best friends. And they were brutally unalived. And for 5 years, the case, they couldn't find anybody. Guys, you know this case because it's the case of the man on the bridge that's telling the two young girls, go down the hill. Guys, down the hill is what he ends up saying. And the person that owns the property, by the way, and the image of the person originally, I think looks a lot alike.
On in Delphi after Abby Williams and Libby German were found dead more than 6 weeks ago. And tonight, our Call 6 team is uncovering new details about the man who owns the property where the girls were killed. Investigators are not calling 77-year-old Ronald Logan a suspect in the girls' murder. But now there are some new questions surrounding a drive he made to the Carroll County Trash Transfer Station on the day the girls were murdered. Logan has been in jail since March 13th after police found out he'd violated his probation by driving to the dump on that February day and drinking at a restaurant in Americus. He was in court today to plead guilty to a felony charge of being a habitual traffic offender.
Now, unfortunately, like I said, the girls were unalived, and a man was finally picked up and charged with the crime. And there were things at the scene that makes no sense. And there's speculations on both parts and on both sides of Odinism, which is some sort of ritual type sacrificial. Now, mind you, these girls, they were found in what could be considered on display in cult-like fashion, sacrificial ways. Makes it kind of difficult, in my opinion, for one person to do that. And why? And yet this man was convicted. His name is Richard Allen. He's CVS worker, married, has a daughter. As far as we know, not been in trouble with the law. He put himself on the bridge. He said he was on the bridge. There's pictures of him on the bridge. Mind you, it's a small town. There's people that go fishing there, hiking there, hunting there, just going on rail trails, taking their dogs and such. This man, I'm not sure committed the crime. Now, this is where everybody's going to be, Toddy one skip, and then there's going to be people like Toddy one skip. I agree. Guys, I want you to think about it. Now, I know that he confessed, and the way he confessed and what he said when he confessed makes me think that it's a true confession.
Well, I need to tell you something anyway.
Okay. Are you sure you want to talk to me over the phone?
I think I have to.
Okay.
I need you to know that I did this.
What? No. No, you didn't, dear. There's no way. There's no way, dear.
Love me.
It is important to note, though, when that call was made, it was about a month after he'd been diagnosed as being psychotic, and about 3 weeks after he'd been given the first dose of an antipsychotic medication. The prison logs indicated that that course of treatment hadn't yet started to work, and he was given another course of that treatment a week after that phone call was made. And he was also in solitary confinement in a maximum security prison. So, one could argue that his conditions contributed to his mental decline. He also lost a tremendous amount of weight in jail, about 80 or 90 pounds at one point.
I remember you telling us about this, that he was eating his papers.
He was eating papers, he was eating his own waste, he was banging his head into the cell, a lot of really disturbing behavior that led to that diagnosis.
But then I have to sit back and I have to say, wait a minute. Now I'm finding out things like the guy was in, first of all, most of the time when somebody's held before trial, they're held in jail. Richard Allen was held in prison. I have honestly never heard of that, but it happens. It's not common, but he was held in prison. Not only was he held in prison and saying that he didn't commit this crime, he did not commit this crime. The man that was charged with the crime and the man that confessed, though the same person, you can clearly see that big difference.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, we do have that.
You don't. It's not possible.
It is possible.
Whatever.
You're just saying
What I'm telling you is that there's no way that a bullet from my gun ended up anywhere near a murder scene. It just didn't happen.
And I'm telling you,
that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you any more than that.
And all I can tell you is we found this round back in 2017.
Okay.
Collected it. Have compared other guns to it. Other guns have not matched. We've had it for over 5.5 years. All right, we get information. You're on the trail. We want to talk to you and say, hey, what's going on? Who'd you see? What'd you do? You kind of cooperate, but then we say, hey, we're looking for this and that. Would you let us look? Nope, get a search warrant. We did. We got a search warrant.
Sure.
And we found this gun in your house that you bought in 2001, that the extraction marks, which is the analogy I got from the lab, is it's compared to a fingerprint. It's unlike anybody else's.
Okay.
So these extraction marks, if they got my SIG 40, if I had a SIG 40, I have a 45 and a 9, but if I had a 40, it wouldn't match to my gun. And we've had multiple 40 caliber guns down there testing on other people that cooperated with us.
Okay.
And it doesn't match to their gun. So that's why I'm telling you why we're here.
Sure.
The one reason why we're here today is because your gun matches to this round that was found out there. I can't make that up. I'm not lying to you, Rick. I can't. That's unethical. I can't do it.
It's obviously what you think. What I'm telling you is
it's not what I think. It's what the evidence is telling me. If I just thought, I'm gonna make this story up of it. Somebody was out there and jacked around out of their gun. I can't make that up. without the evidence that indicates it. Did they say anything to you about this round and about your gun the day they talked to you a couple weeks ago?
No?
No, because we didn't know.
Okay.
And then we collected all the evidence that we thought would match to the evidence that we have and run the test on it, and the test says, ding,
And what I'm
matches your
telling you
gun.
is, and I guess I
You can't deny this.
What I'm
I know
telling
what
you
you're
is,
telling me. You're telling me that your gun and that round was nowhere near. And I'm telling you that the evidence indicates it is.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
what's it?
I did it. Captain,
What?
I did it. Do you still love me?
Yes, dear. But you didn't do it.
Why do you say that?
Why do you say it?
I don't want to upset you.
I'm already upset.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I've lost my mind.
Honey, you can't call me and talk like this, okay?
I'm so sorry, baby.
I can't talk to you right now.
I didn't want to do this. Honey, I'm sorry. You're not going to do anything to yourself, are you?
No.
Probably going to have to kill myself now.
Stop. You can't be calling me and talking like this.
You don't have anything to do with it.
It doesn't matter.
Why are you so mad at me?
I'm not mad. I'm upset. I'm heartbroken. Big difference.
I can't tell you what's been going through my mind. I feel like I'm already in hell. I was waiting on the Bible from you, but I don't understand what's going on.
Neither do I.
I guess I'm just going to have to stop calling. I'm sorry. Okay?
You can't call me, honey, if you're going to talk like that.
I'm going to talk like what?
I can't be talking.
Thank you for using GTL.
Big difference in appearance here. Big difference in mental health. Apparently, he spent 13 months in segregation, 13 months in the SHU, 13 months in a place that most people are penalized and only spend a couple weeks at a time. Actually, there was a law put into effect that caused one of the things that caused the strikes in New York just recently about how long you could keep somebody in the SHU, in solitaire, in the hole. Richard Allen supposedly was kept there for 13 months, and they say it was because he it was for his own protection. He wanted to unalive himself. There is better ways for that than to leave somebody in a hole for 13 months. Now, when I say a hole, guys, I don't mean dug up hole. I know. It's a cell. It's a private cell. Very limited things in this private cell. Very limited. So it's my understanding that he had people tell him, he should unalive himself. Deputies and inmates. And that inmates had full swings at him because of the crime. In that prison, they already decided that he was guilty because that's where you usually go after, not before, after. So his confession is after all of this. If we're going to challenge each other, let's do it without blanket statements, and let's do it respectfully. And let's jump into this a little bit. Okay? I appreciate you so much, guys. This is the stuff that also gets me excited because it allows me to go to other things, not just Gypsy. I know you guys love Gypsy, but some of you don't. Some of you are like, go on to other things. So I want to as well, I want to as well. So let's do it, guys. Guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks.